Hi everyone, and welcome to How Our Garden Grows. Today I want to show you how to prune your pepper plants so that they can overwinter in dormancy throughout the winter months. So if you live in a cool climate or freezing climate like I am in, you can overwinter peppers that'll come back next year. Now, this is an example of one that I did about 3 weeks ago, and you can see that he's still green, the stems, and I want to get a little bit closer here because if you look closely, you see those little nubs on there, and this shows that you're doing everything correctly. But at first look, it looks pretty harsh, but it really is just preparing the plant to go into dormancy, and it's not going to need a whole lot of watering, a whole lot of nutrients. So this is the way that we're going to start. So we're going to go with this pepper, and this is a good first look at a pepper plant that looks like that he's ready to go into dormancy. So the leaves are kind of droopy, they're looking a little yellowish, and some of the leaves actually ended up falling off. So it doesn't mean the pepper is dying. The stems are still nice and green and healthy looking, but this plant is ready to go hibernate essentially for the winter until the temperatures get warmer. All right, so let's get to the pruning process. All right, so I have a pair of garden shears here, and so we're gonna try to do this on camera the best that I can. And so the way that I like to start is to just start clipping the top sections off. And you can always do more later. I always kind of try to start sort of small here and then kind of work my way through it. And so you just kind of keep working your way around, try to get this on camera live. And again, it seems like it's harsh, but the plant can take it. All the energy is going to go to the main stem. It won't have to worry about keeping all of the leaves intact. All right, so I've removed a lot of the branches. You can see that there's a few more leaves here, so we'll want to remove the remainder of the leaves off. We don't want any real leaves on the plant. In fact, I'm just going to take my shears and clean up this top area. You don't want any peppers remaining on here. You don't want any leaves. So just kind of remove all of those. So again, looks kind of harsh, but this is going to help the pepper plant now go into full dormancy. Continue that process, and then it's going to focus all of its energy on survival until it gets warm. And even just looking again at where a joint, where a leaf or a branch was coming out, you can see that tip. If I can get this to focus, you can see where there's a new bud that's starting to form. These are very much like trees or shrubs, very much like how you would trim a tree or shrub. And I want you to pay attention to main stem goes up, and you're trying to create a lot of V's. So V's out. This one, actually I might just take off just because. And so I've got a V that comes up here, another V, and another V. You could really just leave this V, and that's totally fine. I like to leave some extra branches. I kind of get a little bit carried away, probably do too many, as you can see over there. But, you know, this works for me. This worked for me last year. So the other thing I may want to mention is, and we'll talk about this a little bit more when we seed start and transplant peppers, but I have 2 pepper plants in here, and you can grow 2 pepper plants in a single container, which is very, very important. So you can definitely grow and double your production just by one small container just like this. So that's just about it. You'll want to keep your pepper plants overwintered in a space that gets no cooler than 40 degrees. I can safely say that a lot of guides will say no cooler than, say, 45 or 50 degrees. However, I overwinter these in my garage area, and it is insulated, but it still does get pretty cool in there. And I had a pretty good success rate. Again, this is not perfect. I had about 4 to 6 peppers actually survive out of last year. So this year, as ambitious as I am, I'm doing 15. So that's about it. And please check out my other YouTube videos, and thanks so much for watching.